Welcome back to the Exploring Author YouTube channel. Today we're in Bingen, Germany, and we're going to be hiking the Rhine Weg, which translates to the Rhine Castle's Way. So there's going to be a lot of nature, viewpoints, there's a spiritual forest or a forest spirits, so we're going to see about that, and there will be 2 medieval castles along the way for the price of 1. But I got to hike up to the viewpoint, so I'm going to go ahead and get up there. Cue the intro. So this is an amazing viewpoint, and we're actually a little bit off the Rhine Weg, but I wanted to take you all up here. Now right now we are in the upper middle Rhine region. Now you may be asking yourself, Aaron, what are the other sections of this river? Well, there's the high Rhine, the upper Rhine, the middle Rhine where we are, and the lower Rhine. The high Rhine is from Lake Constance, which goes to Basel in the south. And then you have the upper Rhine, which goes from Basel to Bingen, where we are now. And from Bingen to Bonn is the middle Rhine. And then from Bonn up to around the North Sea, there's a delta up there, but basically up to the North Sea, that is the lower Rhine. So the next question you might be asking yourself is, what is the significance of the upper middle Rhine? We are firing on all cylinders with the questions today, which I am very happy about. The significance is that essentially it's a World Heritage Site, so it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And the reason that is because there's a lot of historic vineyards, historic old towns, and a lot of castles as the name of this trail, and as you're going to see today with the 2 castles we're going to see. Well, how many castles is a lot of castles? That's a great question again. I can't believe how many great questions I'm getting today. There are 40 castles in this section of the Rhine. So we're going to see 2 of them today, like I said. They're back there. Can't really see them in the distance, but we're going to get over there. It's starting to get pretty hot, so it's time to keep on moving, try to get in the forest to cool down a little bit. So let's get going. All right, yeah, I kind of got lost. I'm a little off trail. Good thing about this region, I mean, the trail's like down there, so it's not an issue. But the good thing about this region is, and pretty much all of Germany, is that if you're off trail, you're gonna find your way back pretty easily. Now what I want to talk about is this highway down here. And with all the amazing views here, let me show it to you. With all these amazing views right there, you're saying, well, with all these amazing views, Aaron, why do I care about some highway? And for that I have to say, wow, another great question. It's almost like I'm making the questions up myself, allegedly. Moving on. So the reason I'm pointing out this highway, which is today's highway is called the Autobahn A9, is that this used to be a Roman road. The Romans settled this area from Mainz to Cologne in the 1st century BCE to the 5th century CE. And this is the edge of the Roman Empire. The left bank right here is the edge of the Roman Empire. On the other side, over here, were the Germanic tribes. Now, if you know a little bit about Roman history, and you know a little bit about Roman history in this area, you know that the Germanic tribes and the Romans didn't play so nicely together, to put it lightly. But anyway, that's why I'm showing you this highway, because it used to be a Roman road, a very significant Roman road at that. All right, as I did just mention, the Romans, I did mention that the Romans left in the 5th century CE. Not exactly true. They kind of got forcefully evicted, if you will, in a not so nice way. I'm not going to go into that kind of detail today, and actually we're going to be skipping the 5th century to about early, or I would say late 11th century today, mostly the 12th century. And I apologize to those early Middle Ages, but we're not going to get into that detail. It's pretty complex, and honestly, that's just a lot of information. I don't want to put y'all to sleep like we're in school and the teachers put a documentary on and everybody falls asleep. So not going to get into that. I'm going to jump from the Roman times to essentially 12th century or very late 11th century today. And the reason that is because there are 2 castles from that time period. And who doesn't love castles? I don't know. Everybody should love castles. They're beautiful. Hey, we made it back to the trail. As I was saying earlier, this trail is it's 181 kilometers, the entire trail. Obviously not doing that today. I'm doing about 14 kilometers a day. Miles will be down there. But if you all want to see me, goodness gracious flies. If you want to see the entire trail, I'd be happy to do the full trek and just document it along the way. It is quite interesting. Each town has a lot of different history, different legends, different things of that nature. So I'd be happy to do that for you all. Just comment below if you guys are interested in that, and I'll put that on the to-do list for the future. That's what we're looking for. So this is kind of an interesting thing right here. If you see these, that's the El Camino de Santiago trail, which goes all the way to Santiago de Compostela down in Spain. It's a pilgrimage trail, which is pretty amazing. I did part of it, got injured along the way, but there are a number of trails that come from all over Europe and all the way up here even, and it goes much further. There's other trails that go farther, but if you ever see that when you're in Europe, you're on the Camino trail. And also, if you ever see people with seashells on the back of their bags, more than likely they're on that trail or they have done that trail. Just, I don't think we're gonna see any today. This is, like I said, this is pretty far away from Santiago. A lot of people do the trail that starts at the south of France, or the baby trail like I did, which is the English way, or the English route. And yeah, I think that's about 5 days. The one from France, I think, takes between like 35 and 40 maybe. So I just found this on the hike. And what I think it is you put a ball in here. All right. So they have balls for you, and maybe. Oh, got stuck. Oh my God. Somebody please send help. I'm in this creepy, oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, ah, help me, help me, help me. All right, horrible theatrics aside, this is what is known as the Spirit Forest. As you can see, a lot of these guys. Wooden carvings in the trees, not a budget rate horror film. I should apologize very profusely. From the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry for that terrible, terrible acting job, even for a B-rate scary movie. But I'm going to let future Aaron take over and explain a little bit more about what this forest is all about. Stecke-Schläferklamm, also known as Spirit Forest, is a section of the hike from Bingen to Trechtingshausen along the Rhine River. This section of the forest has many tree spirits that Franz Kellermeyer and the Waldwanderfreunde have carved in countless hours of work along the gorge of the Hasselbach. Steckschläfer are hikers who left their Stecke or sticks over the ground. Every year on the 1st of May, the Gorge Festival takes place here. And although they scared Aaron over there, this area is quite family friendly and very beautiful. Oh hey, if you didn't know, I'm an author, the exploring author. And here's my book, Tales of the Magical Postcards in Germany. It's approved by this guy. Whatever he is. But I will leave a link in the description, so check it out. If you have kids, grandkids, friends have kids, check it out. Tales of the Magical Postcards in Germany. Alright, so as we're closing out, getting to the tail end of the hike, the last 2 stops on this hike are Burg Rheinfels, which is Rheinfels Castle, and Burg Reichenstein, which is Reichenstein Castle. And the reason that there are two castles so close together, I will get into. That's partially the reason I wanted to bring you all to both of them, because they do play a role with each other. However, I am going to let future editor Aaron take over with all of the history. So take it away, future Aaron. I said take it away, man. Hey, are you there? Take it away. What is his problem? He never listens to me. It's like I'm talking to myself. All right, calm down. What a big baby that guy is. All right, let's break down the history here. Reichenstein Castle was built between 1100 and 1200. In 1282, the castle was conquered and destroyed, and then forbidden to be rebuilt. And this is where the connection between this and Rheinstein Castle begins. Rheinstein Castle, not Rheinfels, as past Aaron said, was constructed in the early 14th century to ensure that Reichenstein was not rebuilt. But by 1344, the castle was already in decline, and then it was in ruins by the 17th century. Also in 1344, Reichenstein Castle was handed over to the Electorate of Mainz, and a new main castle was rebuilt. However, in the 16th century, Reichenstein was destroyed again in the War of Palatinate. During the 19th century, Prince Frederick of Prussia bought Rheinstein Castle, and it was rebuilt. In 1975, the Heckler family acquired Rheinstein Castle and had since been using it as a museum and castle restaurant. In the early 20th century, Reichenstein was purchased and converted as a residential castle. Today it stands as a hotel, restaurant, and museum. Whew, that's a lot of information. If your head is not too dizzy, let's get you back to past Aaron. What he said was correct. There are some pretty interesting historical facts around here. And like I said, I can and will, if you guys want, put a comment down there if you'd like to see the entirety of the trail. I'll schedule that probably in the fall, because right now it's getting kind of hot. And that's, like I said, 181 kilometers. But thank you for joining today, and I look forward to the next few episodes. I'm going to go back to Frankfurt, which is about an hour and a half, hour away, something like that. And I'm going to go meet a friend for a cerveza, beer, and just relax for the rest of the day, hopefully get out of the sun a little bit. But anyway, until next time, guys, adventure awaits.